Let's count them down. Game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay, looks like Duzy's okay. We got an S, we got a bar. This is the finals of the Classic Tetris Monthly Future Circuit. I am Arbarro. Who do we have here on the left side of your screen? Out of the Republic of Poland, NTSC PB of 1.39 million. He's Duzy K. On the right side of your screen, out of the United States of America, NTSC PB of 1.34 million. He's Shqdwnight. He has 2 on the board. Has a misdrop of that Z, or sorry, S, whatever it is. Gonna get the stack down. Ooh, it's kind of a nice little spin tuck of that S. That's gonna help him make this dig a lot shorter than it could be otherwise. Keeping the game close. 70,000 for Shqdwnight, 73 for Duzy. Duzy trying to avoid forming a lumbar dependency. The L finally comes. The lumbar means a column 8 Tetris. Players have never met before. Duzy, relatively new to the scene, is the 2024 Polish champion. Showing off his trophy earlier. Shqdwnight, definitely a veteran at this point. Good to see him again. Bland saying, go, 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 Shadow. Good to see ya. We got Jasmine in chat. We got Zempro in chat. We saw Sharky. We saw Lucy. Oh my goodness. Shadow's in a little bit of trouble. Reopens his well. Duzy up high as well. Gets the center well Tetris. Shqdwnight's going to get a bar. That's only going to be good for a double. A couple holes in his stack, preventing it from being any more valuable. Close game, 134 to 130, but Shadow needs to survive this. He's going to misshift the J. And let's see what he can do to get out of this. This is survivable, but only just. Not getting gray pieces. That's going to be it. Shqdwnight will top out at 133. Duzy, you're good for game number 1. GG's. Both players are ready. Let's count down for game number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And they're off. We got a couple L's to start things off. Shqdwnight had to make it through. Salted Sofa in round 1. Small Jordan in round 2. And Mari in the semifinals. So all 3 longtime veterans of the scene. All 3 very good players. He's in a bit of, I don't want to say trouble. Hasn't been able to score yet. 6,000 for Shqdwnight. Duzy's going to get his second, go up to 46. Duzy's path to the finals went through Czar Jordan. So both of these players have defeated one of the Jordans. He's also had to beat Draco, Storm and Norman, and Worldo in the semis. So, and now they're here. Just one match away from being the future champion. Tyler giving us a quick update. My dog is real old and she can't get on the couch anymore. So we got her a bed and now she quite likes her new bed. That's good. I'm glad she has a good place to sleep now. You know, we're treating her right in her old age. So I'm glad that she's actually using the bed. It's like the worst feeling is when you spend money on something for your pet and your pet just doesn't like it. It's like, oh great, thanks. Lucy saying, new futures winner either way. Oh my goodness, a couple misdrops from Duzy. Okay, kind of tucks that square over. This is survivable, but this is very, very spicy. Okay, so far so good, but not really able to get the stack down. Oh my goodness, lots of L's, lots of Z's. Okay, is that left's going to be 2 blocked off. Duzy's going to top out at 130. Shqdwnight with that Tetris is going to take game number 2. Got ourselves a bit of a gift exchange. We're now up to 1-1 for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We got a J, we got an L. They're off. Milesberger saying, years ago, I built a doghouse for the dog ahead of the time. So not just expensive, but quite a bit of work. At first she wouldn't use, even if I threw a ball in, she'd get it and back out as fast as she could. Then one day when it was raining, I got her to chase the ball in, and abruptly she decided that she liked the house after all. That's actually really cute. Thank you for the story. Lombard Tetris, both players 2 on the board. A little bit of a... I couldn't quite get that T oriented correctly, so I'm going to have to take a few burns as a result. Oh my goodness, misshift of that J for Duzy. Very high, like a bar right now. Gets the wall reopened. This is a little more survivable. Getting a bunch of bars, fortunately able to just spam them over to the right side. And nails the 5 tap for that bar. Oh my goodness, but that J... So that L means that Duzy will have a Mino to uncover. A great double for that T. Duzy is now out of it. Excellent dig. Lombard Tetris. Manages it. That was scary for a second, but Duzy will live another day. Live to see the rest of this game, hopefully. 113 to 108. Still ahead. Though Shqdwnight also has a few lines in pocket. Going to capitalize on them and take the lead. 154 to 136. We're about 45 lines in. Eric Potato welcome in saying, if I'm not on the couch with my cat, she comes and yells at me until I join her. I just got a new couch because the last one was a murder on my back. Of course, she refuses to spend time on the new one, but I have hope. Hopefully. Now, Shqdwnight's turned to be in a bit of trouble here. It's a much-needed L. Looks like he's going to get this down. That bar is going to do wonders. Almost out of it. There we go. The T is just what the doctor ordered. Lombard Tetris. Both players surviving some kind of scary digs. They're going to keep on keeping on here halfway through 18. 210 for Giga's Duzy K. 210 for Shqdwnight. We got ourselves a tie ball game. Tyler saying, we broke our walls down and Tyler Jr. decides he likes sitting on the walls, but we said stop it, Tyler Jr. And he said, okay, my bad. Wow. Imagine a cat listening to you. I could never. Gawa's many things, but he is not a polite boy. He's a little rude, I would say. It's very cute though. He was sleeping right next to me, but he seems to have found somewhere else to sleep. Probably located a sunbeam now that the sun is out. 281 for Duzy. 302 for Shqdwnight. 80 lines in. Rogue Potatoes say, research has shown that cats know what you're asking for. They just often don't care. I feel like Gawa should care more about my personal emotional well-being. Kazid talk for Shqdwnight. Lombard Tetris. Duzy holding on to a slight real-time lead, but Shqdwnight 7 lines in pocket. You knocked over the tree box and ate a lot of them. Yeah, I've had that experience with Gawa before. I had to keep them out of reach. Shadow might be setting up dirty again. Kind of a thing that he was doing quite a bit in the previous game. Gonna get it only 2 off the bottom, so not all that dirty. He ended up nabbing the Tetris though. 363 for Duzy, 399 for Shadow. We are over 100 lines in. Duzy misrotated an S a little bit ago. Getting plastered with more S's as a result. Stuck in a bit of a dig. Not really able to get out of it. Gonna get a bar. Shadow is capitalizing. 470 to 395. Shadow's up. Both players up pretty high, honestly. Shadow needs something to that little right side. Duzy's going to go into pose with the 405. And Shadow going to get a couple burns. One more line to go beforehand. He does have the lead, but his stack looking worse for wear. Lombard double split for Shadow. Goes into the 483. Doesn't get that bar all the way over. Next one goes. But he's still in some trouble. Duzy has put himself down to the ground. He is set up now, Lombard Tetris, and Shqdwnight will get himself out of his situation. Lombard Tetris of his own. Going to hold on to that lead, 523 to 445. It is closer than it was, though. Tyler ran out of ketchup. I do have a bit of ketchup in my fridge if you need it. I have friends who just don't like ketchup. Like, they just eat fries without ketchup. Which, like, I'm not a ketchup fanatic like Tyler is, but I do enjoy it on... I do use it as a normal condiment. But when I want, like, ketchup from my onion rings or something, I had to, like... They have, like, a bunch of packets that they've kept from McDonald's or whatever, and I have to, like, individually open the packets. 495 for Duzy, and a bit of a dig. Gets a bar over to that right side. Shadow's clean. He's trying to open up his lead a bit more. Lombard Tetris, 672, 501 for Duzy. So Duzy in a six-figure hole. He's going to get his well reopened, but has to put some weight on his hole. Has a Lombard dependency, and that right side not looking the way he wants it to look. Shadow kind of laying on the pain right now. 738 to 514. Shadow is in a slight dig. The triple's going to help out quite a bit. Duzy is going to keep himself clean now. Lombard Tetris. Shqdwnight's going to get a triple. Going to go up to 756. Delayed burn there, needs a T. Just getting squares. Getting nothing but squares. Going to set up for a dirty triple, I suppose. Going to get it burnt down. Still has a commanding lead. 585 to 768. We're getting later and later in post. Unless Shqdwnight tops out soon. Duzy's looking like he's going to need some 18 play, especially after that Jameis drop. Tyler, Arbarro, would you actually give your last ketchup if I asked? Yes, I would. I'd probably not watch you drink it, though. I think it's a little unsettling. Shqdwnight up to level 28. Oh my goodness, has a misshift of that bar. But he's going to reopen the well. Going to get the flat burn. But now he has a hole in his sack that he has to uncover. And he has not a lot of time before the transition. But Duzy's left side looking blocked off. Not going to be able to get the 5 top of the bar. And that's going to be it. Duzy's going to top out at 665. And Shqdwnight going to be good for game number 3. Going to go up 2-1. Makes it all the way to 29. GG's. Both players are ready. Let's count down for game number 4. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Thought the music was over, but it's just very quiet. I can, like, hear it. There we go. It's now built up to an audible level. Both players built up. They're going to get a Tetris. They're going to get 1 on the board. I do kind of want onion rings now. Like, this discussion has made me think I'm going to order little woodies. Maybe I'll like go on a little bike ride now that it's sunny out. I have to do some This Week in Tetris stuff. I can maybe go out tomorrow. I need to get out of the apartment. Little Woody's is a burger shop in Seattle. It's very good. They have a very good veggie burger, and I'm a vegetarian, so like, that's what I eat. But they also have like really good onion rings, so. Problems I have to go out to Ballard, and it's not exactly close to where I live. It's a neighborhood in Seattle. There's also one at Capitol Hill, but that's even further. That has nothing to do with Tetris, though. 101 for Shqdwnight, 97 for Duzy. Duzy in a bit of a dig. Plan asking Shadow, where is your puzzles knowledge? Yeah, you're not forming enough J dependencies. I feel like I need to see a J dependency on your board every third piece. Here's a Tetris, goes up to 154, 127 for Duzy. Hi, Ansel's in chat. Hi, Ansel. I think the puzzles are a great product. So I don't want to speak ill of them. I do feel like they're making me better at stacking, but worse at Tetris, because I feel like there's some sort of like relationship between how aggressively I play and how bad I am at stacking. And by getting better at Tetris, I'm kind of upsetting the whole equation. This is a me problem, not a you problem. 228 for Shqdwnight, 223 for Duzy. We're pretty close. We're almost halfway through 18. Deathmatch says, I sometimes overthink games because, yeah. But I mean, like, I feel like that's just a matter of playing it more, right? You can't just do the puzzles. You have to apply them, which means I have to practice more, but I haven't really been practicing Tetris that much lately. I've been playing Balatro instead. I am 24 jokers away from getting completionist plus, which is insane. Just an insane thing for a human being to do. Shadow didn't quite get that bar all the way over. Going to score a Tetris for the next one that comes. So now he has a column 1 Lombard dependency. Going to fill that bad boy in. Both players clean now. Shadow with a slight lead. He's going to take another Tetris. Wait for Duzy to fire back. Then I'll give a score update. There we go. Duzy's at 339. Shadow's at 346. All right, let me read numbers correctly. Lucy asking, Arbarro, have you heard of Aotenyo? I have not. What is Aotenyo or Aotenjo? Is it a Balatro-like game? It's like Balatro, but for Mahjong instead of poker. Yeah, okay, I have seen it before. I might give it a shot at some point. I am just... Balatro has just like firmly hooked his tendrils in me. I've gotten all achievements except for one, and I just really want it now. I'm kind of obsessing over it to the point where I'm neglecting other things in my life. Shadow's up high. Gonna take the burns though. There you go. Great survival there. Never dirty, but just very scarily high. Duzy's in a bit of a dig. We're over 100 lines in. In fact, Shadow's 13 lines away from the transition. Mischiefs the Z. Really did not like that, but he's going to get a couple Tetrises, keep it survivable. Up over 500,000 points. Room for one more Tetris before the transition, but looks like there's going to be a little bit of a dig. It's impressing. Arbarro, what is your favorite Star Wars character, and why is it Elan Sleazebagano? Shqdwnight's transition 508. Duzy is clean. Lombard Tetris goes up to 478. One more before 29. 19. Whatever's after 18. Chat, please, chat, what's 18 plus 1? Someone do math for me. Arbarro, have you heard of Not Zempro? I've heard of Zempro. I'm guessing Not Zempro is some sort of opposite Zempro, like Mirror Universe Zempro. I'm not sure. 510 for Duzy. He's gotten a Tetris since the transition. There's one more. 536 for him. 566 for Shqdwnight. A few lines in pocket for Duzy means this is a very close one again. Zebra asking, what's the number after 18? 21. If you're a, I mean, that's like the drinking age, right? 18 is the age where you become an adult in America, I guess. And 21 is like the next significant age because you could drink at 21. I don't know how they decided on 21 and not like 20 or 24. 24 seems very late. I don't need to have opinions about this. Both players clean. Shadow gets 2 Tetrises in a row. Goes up to 680. Duzy goes into 22 with a 599. So, Shqdwnight with a 6-figure real-time lead, but Duzy has a whole level of lines in pocket. Tim says, drinking age in the U.S. makes no sense to me as an Englishman. I think there's a lot of things in America that don't make sense. I think it probably has something to do with driving safety, honestly. Like, just because we're so auto-oriented here. Like, I think by having it a bit higher, you're saving more lives in America than you would be in other places. Oh my goodness. Shqdwnight misses that J-tuck, and all of a sudden, that spells trouble. Lombard Tetris gets that well opened. Very good job there. So he's going to shed some pace, though. Duzy staying clean. Has to form a hole, however. Now has a bar dependency. Has it uncovered, but the bar is not going to come in time. That bar is going to be a Tetris. There's a Tetris for Shqdwnight. He is clean. He's burnt down to the bottom. He's at 829. Duzy got to set up center well. Has set up center well. Now just waiting on the bar. No good place for that S. Gonna just have to burn it down. That's a triple. 682 for Shqdwnight. Duzy's at 784. 6-line difference. We are getting closer and closer to 29. Shqdwnight's up to level 27. Going to reopen his well. That's the Tetris for Duzy. He's going to go into 27 with an 819. Lombard Tetris for Shqdwnight. He's up to level 28 now. 908. Only 5 lines to go in post. And Tetris is going to mean 4 of them are gone. He's going to burn in at 946 as a transition score. Doesn't quite get that J all the way over. Duzy up to 889. A little bit of a mischief of that J for Shqdwnight. His board is creeping up. Still getting pieces over. Some good rolling. But not quite able to get pieces rotated. I don't know if he can do the T-spin. That's got to be it for Shqdwnight. So Shqdwnight tops out at 596. Duzy needs 956. Duzy needs 957 to force the decider. Goes in at 930. Going to take a couple burns here. Can just line this out. Doesn't get that L all the way over. It's going to get a couple singles, though. Needs 957 for it. Oh, currently up to 955. Only a few more burns, and he'll be there. 958 means that we're going to have a decider. Duzy has taken game number 4. GG's. That was a good game. Yeah, Duzy more than welcome to mulling this one out. Lombard Tetris goes up to 1.85. Crosses over that 1.1 barrier. Double flips the bar, but it's low enough where he can more than survive it. Oh, doesn't get that T all the way over. I think he just rotated it a little too late. Got that bar over, but that's not going to be enough. He's going to top out at 1136, but that's more than enough to force the decider in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. They're off. They're stacking. Why is Ryan not mod? You will have to ask Vandweller about that. I cannot. Getting insulted by the Christmas. Crazy. Anyway, chat popping off a little bit here. One on the board for both players. Waiting on the bar for the second one. Not really coming. There it is. Finally for both of the players. And they'll both get their second. Ooh, Shqdwnight gets that J all the way over. That's a nice little 5-tap there. Close game here so far, 94-96. Did we finish the album again? We stop finishing albums. Start at the beginning again, because only one game left. Number Tetris. This is a 39 halt. I feel like I should specify that. $162 for Shadow, $143 for Duzy. We're 32 lines in. Neither player has a futures win under their belt. So we will have a first-time champion. We'll soon know which of these two players it'll be. Tyler's new single is dropping on November 1st. Tyler, what sort of music do you play? Do you want to form a band? I'm learning guitar. I have like weekly guitar lessons. My guitar instructor just moved to California, so I can't really. So, bit of Vits. Yeah, I want a sneak peek. I would love a sneak peek. Listen to it right after this, and then I'll go get some onion rings, I guess, and neglect my Tetris duties to This Week in Tetris. 267 for Duzy. 327 for Shqdwnight. We're halfway till 19. Shqdwnight up by about a Tetris when you consider pace. I also want to do the cheat sheet again for the Premier pollsters. It was a little bit time consuming last time I did it. It's also mindless though, so just do it while other things are happening in the background. 351 for Duzy, 422 for Shqdwnight. We have a decider on our hands. Oh, a little bit of an early shift there for Shqdwnight, so he's going to have to do some digging. Duzy's going to reopen as well. Had a bit of a delayed burn situation. Lombard Tetris goes up to 375. Shqdwnight holding on to a little bit of a lead here. Duzy a few lines in pocket. So it is still very close. We're almost 100 lines in. A good place for that. Z for Shqdwnight. 6 in the middle of his stack. Gonna work around it a bit. Has to take a few burns, but not too many. 469 for Duzy. 478 for Shqdwnight. I feel like I'm like constantly shifting around in my seat, and the person I talk about more is just like dependent on where I'm sitting in my chair. It's probably a little silly. It's fine though. Duzy has taken the real-time score lead, though now it's being traded back and forth. We are less than 10 lines away from the transition. It's exactly 10 lines in Duzy's case. Both players in a good position to handle the square burst, though Duzy's board getting a little more vertical. Shqdwnight only one line away from the transition. Both players are going to go in. 586 for Duzy, 597 for Shqdwnight. So nice, solid transition scores from both players. As we enter the 19-speed phase of this game. Winner take all, game 5. It's for all the marbles. The last futures bracket of the year. Who's going to take it home? Shqdwnight's looking cleaner at the moment. New pieces over. No bars coming, though. He needs a bar to capitalize on Duzy's dig. Duzy with a bit of a spire in the middle of his stack. The S's keep coming. Lombard Tetris for Shqdwnight. 687 to 653. It is still close. Jasmine asking, where do you have to sit to talk about me more? If I scooch over a little bit more, I can focus more on chat of the year. There's still no Cap November. You're right. I lied. There's still one more event this year. I knew that there was no December, but I forgot there's a month between now and December. Tyler was just telling me it's Christmas already. It's just kind of spun my head around. 694, make that 723 for Duzy. 773 for Shqdwnight. Slightly for Shqdwnight, but Shqdwnight has to block as well. I say. Merry Christmas from Tyler. Shqdwnight just not getting the pieces. Has to keep forming a spire in the middle of his stack. Gets that Z all the way over. Duzy trying to capitalize. Waiting for the bar. There it is. Lombard Tetris goes up to 790. Finally, Shqdwnight were able to partially reopen his holes. Having to keep putting more weight on them. Dread drops the bar. Can't get any of that Z all the way. So can't get that J all the way to the left, and that's going to be it. Shqdwnight will top out at 797, and Duzy K will be your October 2024 Classic Tetris Monthly Futures Champion. He won the Polish Championship, and now he is a Futures Champion. Look at that. He got the tongue situation happening. We're going to watch him mulling this out. At 965, not into 28 yet. Again, this is 27, but it's pretty close to 28 colors because he's on the Retron, whichever clone console does that color thing. A33, he's not going to be able to get too much further, but he does get the max out. GG's. Congratulations to Duzy K. There he is. Got the muscle going on. Hell yeah. He's going to be champion. He's going to get a shiny new role in the server. Kissing his adoring fans. Max out on his side are awesome. Got the something in Polish, something regarding mangoes and skibidi, probably. But he's done it. Look at that. His smiley face. He deserves it. What a ride.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.